sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live for another edition of Talking Sports Sunday, where we're going to talk about Saturday's college football recapping some of those major games that took place yesterday in college football, and we will also talk some Sunday NFL action. I'm here this morning with my man Parlay Poe of the Blitzburg podcast. How you feeling this morning, Parlay Poe?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Ain't nobody gonna listen to me. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, bro. I'm glad to be here with you this morning so we can talk a little bit about what we saw yesterday in college football. Before we get to the games that we talked about yesterday on stream, how do you feel about how your Michigan Wolverines looked yesterday? They were playing with their interim head coach. The quarterback looked really good. What's your thoughts on what you saw out of your team yesterday?
Man, I feel like I've been punked, man, because I ain't I ain't seen none of this, even though it was against a lesser opponent, but I didn't see no call runs against Oklahoma. I ain't see no downfield action against Oklahoma. I'm like, where's this coming from? I'm like, we should have ran, at least try some of these plays against Oklahoma, and then against a lesser opponent, they showed that they really a good team against a lesser opponent.
Yeah, I like the fact that they did a lot more in that game with Underwood than they did against Oklahoma. At this point in the season, whenever you're going to play a really good football team, I think you need to really see if you can get those plays off on them. And I think that if they would have used Underwood's legs a little bit more, they probably would have had a much different kind of an outcome. They would have been a little bit more successful and also made them respect the plays downfield as well.
Yes.
Uh, but, that's behind them now. I think going forward, they see that that's something that they could use going forward against the other opponents that they're going to face. Let's talk a little bit about that Wisconsin game against Alabama yesterday. Wisconsin traveled to Alabama. Alabama ranked 19th in the country, 138 to 14. Early in that game, it looked like Alabama was probably going to drop a 50 burger on them, but it seemed like Wisconsin started to play a little bit better in the second half and actually ended up scoring 14 points, which probably messed up a lot of people's parlays if they had Alabama on it. What's your thoughts about this game, and what does Wisconsin need to do to try to get themselves back on track in the Big Ten?
Well, I think Wisconsin was overmatched in this earlier. And then I think missing their starting quarterback. So they came back out. They did do some good things in the second half. So that was good on their coaching staff that they did some good things in the second half and even got some more touchdowns. But Wisconsin don't look like the old Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like running trap plays, having a dominant back. They're not looking like that anymore. See, they got the Luke Fickell dude, and he coming in changing the culture, but the culture got to get better in these next couple of years if he have that much rope.
Yeah. We also got our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast joining us this morning. We're recapping some games from yesterday. We're dealing with Wisconsin 14 at number 19, Alabama 38. What's your thoughts on this game? Did you see anything in that game that really made you feel like Wisconsin could possibly start to make some headway when they get into Big Ten play? Because they got a really tough schedule for sure.
Yeah, Rob. Good morning, fellas. Good to see y'all this morning. Uh, no, I don't believe in anything Wisconsin right now. I don't know what Fickle is doing with this program, man. Like Parlay Poe was saying, they had such a beautiful identity with their offensive line and running backs. One of my favorite running backs in the NFL, Jonathan Taylor, came from Wisconsin. So They just don't look like the same program, man. That physicality, that run game, it's just not the same, man. And I don't believe Fick will be there for long.
Yeah, I said that too, but then when I think about it, who else are they going to replace him with? I'm quite sure there's some guys out there that's up and coming that would love to get that Wisconsin job, much like Indiana was able to pluck the guy from, I believe, Tulane. I think he came from Tulane. I'm quite sure they can find somebody out there, up and coming guy, who could make some noise there. I really think they need to part ways with him too, myself. Especially with the gauntlet they got this year, their record is not gonna be any good, which means that it's gonna be harder and harder for them to get some of the recruits that they would normally get. And like you said, they normally would have a really good running back. Over the past maybe decade or two, they've always had a prominent running back who has gone into the NFL and been pretty decent. So I think they need to find their identity again, which is getting those big uh, linemen who can run those trap and zone blocking schemes, and those running backs who can, break the long one, and it can also get the tough yards for them. And hopefully, when their quarterback, if he gets back this season, that they could be play a little bit better than what they played against Alabama. But I did see some good things from them in the second half.
And just think, Rob, when Brian Kelly left Notre Dame, it was some Irish fans disappointed we didn't hire Fickle instead of Freeman. So,
Yeah. I know those Ohio State fans is glad that they let him go too, and didn't keep him on as the head coach after they had him as the interim coach. Let's look at that Georgia Tech game against Clemson. Number 12, Clemson 21 at Georgia Tech 24. Georgia Tech pulled out the victory over over Clemson. What do y'all think Clemson goes from here? Is it possible for them to possibly make it to the ACC championship game and make the 12-team playoffs? And do you think Georgia Tech will be ranked after this win over Clemson?
Yeah, I think they'd be ranked over their win, but you gotta put this on Haynes. He like everybody don't have a quarterback like that. You know what I mean? Like, and he was the difference with his feet and his arm. He made some mistakes, but I thought Klubnik was gonna come back in the second half, and they would have some right play calling for him because they wasn't using space with their receivers like I usually see Clemson do. So, and then Clemson's defense wasn't getting no pressure like that, and they wasn't tackling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Dabo gonna do. I'm saying like hollering, I guess ain't getting to him. So Dabo got to go back to the drawing board. And about the ACC stuff, I don't know. Florida State look good. Miami, you know what I mean? It's gonna be rough for them.
yeah, I definitely think Georgia Tech will be ranked and deservingly so. Man, it's just amazing, man. Not just us, but a lot of other podcasts, they look at this roster and they think, man, there's no way Clemson isn't going to be, 11-1, 10-2 at worst, and one of the better teams in college football. And after 3 weeks, man, it looks like Clemson won't be a playoff team. Now they'll have plenty of time in that ACC to turn it around because this is still a great coach. It's still a talented roster. I just don't know if they can go undefeated for the rest of the season, make the ACC championship game, and get into the playoffs. I don't think they play Florida State this year, if I'm not mistaken, fellas.
No, they don't play Florida State.
So I know they play SMU. SMU is not the same from last year. I don't know if they play Miami. I don't have the schedule pulled up, but they'll need to beat one of those teams. Miami, maybe NC State is better than we thought they were. Maybe Louisville, but they got to get a signature win. This is a really talented roster. Disappointed, but Georgia Tech, man, hats off to them. They're really good. They're forcing that ACC this season, man. So we'll see what happens. But Clemson has no more room for error. That's for sure.
Yeah, I felt like Clemson so far, man. You think about it, this team is supposed to be loaded defensively and offensively, and the most points they scored all year is what, 26? I mean, and that was against Troy. Was it Troy last week that they
Last
played?
week. Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you only scored 26 against them, 21 against Georgia Tech, and you only scored 10 against LSU at your home. I'm concerned about those guys, man. I mean, they only gave up 17 to LSU, which means if their offense played a little bit better, they probably could have won that game, because 17 points is not a lot to give up. And then you give up 24, a late touchdown to Georgia Tech, or the field goal to Georgia Tech. But Haynes King, man, he right now, if he can continue that, the way he plays, man, and the way he puts his team on his back, and like Parlay Post said, he made some mistakes, but he also made plays when they needed him to, with his legs and with his arm, getting some huge first downs. And that running back, he did too as well. I think that this Georgia Tech team is going to be tough in that ACC, which might be Clemson's kryptonite, is the fact that they lost to Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech might be one of those teams up at the top and will have that win over them that will keep them from getting into the ACC championship game. But I also agree with Parlay Poe when he says that they don't get their receivers in that open space. They had one play where they got the receiver in the open space and he scored a touchdown. I think they need to find a way, and maybe when they get their top receiver back, maybe they'll be able to make some things happen. But they got to find a way, man, to get those guys in open field where they could just make a guy miss and take it to the house, or get some chunk yards. They got to find a way to do that.
Let me ask y'all this, because Georgia Tech has been knocking on the door these last couple of years. Y'all think this the year they pop Georgia?
Because Georgia don't look like that old Georgia. So you know what I mean? It's a great chance. It's a great chance.
I second that, definitely, especially after 8 overtimes last year.
Yeah, the thing with that game, probably the advantage for Georgia is the fact that I think it's going to be at Athens this year. And by that time they play, Gunnar Stockton might have all the kinks out. Their defense might have all the kinks out. And their running game might be ready to do some stuff. Now, Haynes King is going to get him some issues because they don't have them big boys up front. So he's going to be able to move those chains when the opportunity presents itself. Georgia's issue is going to be they got to keep Georgia Tech in 3rd and longs, as opposed to 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 4s, even 3rd and 5s. They got to give them 3rd and 7 or greater to be able to keep Georgia Tech from doing all the different things that they want to do with their dynamic run game and their short passing game, in my opinion. Mossberg, do you want to add anything to that Clemson Georgia Tech discussion or the Wisconsin Alabama discussion?
You muted.
Just good morning. Good to see everybody as well. I would say Alabama really looking a lot better. You know, they're leaving Ryan Williams out on the not in the slot. They're leaving him out by itself. It's been paying dividends. And Bernard, I think he's a specimen for Alabama, as we've been seeing. They kind of use him like Percy Harvin, and it was good to see them get a win. You know, I'm not for sure how they're going to fare out, you know, with that win being against the Big Ten, but I definitely like the way they look. I picked that Georgia Tech game. Georgia Tech is a different team, and like post game said, that's a great question. If they're at home, I'm taking Georgia Tech over Georgia this year.
Yeah. Let's look at the game that we thought South Florida would be able to play Miami a little bit tougher, but I guess we got to go ahead and say Miami is the real deal, man. They put it on South Florida, number 18th ranked South Florida at that, 49-12. What's your thoughts on this game? Is Miami better than their fifth place ranking?
I don't know if they better than fifth, but they played yesterday. Like I thought they couldn't get pressure. They got pressure with their front four on Brown. They was out there tackling. Their secondary looked way better. You know what I mean? So offense looked good. Carson Beck looked good. Fletcher Jr. They look like the real deal. Miami's looking like way scary right now. They looking like way scary. So they handcuff Brown. You know what I mean? Brown, they lure Brown into mistakes. Brown made a lot of mistakes yesterday.
Yeah. Another thing with Carson Beck, I know, we've talked about him over the year, but you get a senior leader who's played in the SEC, you bring him over to the ACC in Miami, and he got this young talent. I think it's been very beneficial for him being in Miami with these younger guys. They're able to show their skill and just get after the ball on both sides, especially the offensive side. And we know what Tony could do as well as Golden, but the way they move in the trenches, shout out to KT and his Hurricanes, man. They back. They playing some great ball. And we talked about it yesterday, seeing Miami and Florida State being back. I think it's a great thing for college football as well.
Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to KT, man, and his Hurricanes, because what I see is a full course meal down there. They got everything. They're balanced. They finally got, well, I ain't going to say finally because they had the first round pick, but Carson Beck is leading the troops. They look really good. I think they're well deserving of the fifth ranking. Could they be better? I'm not so sure LSU is a top 3 team. I mean, they got talent. I like them, but I think Miami could possibly jump them. They probably won't this week in the polls, but I think Miami might be a little bit better than LSU. So top 4 team to me, for sure. And I like what they got down there cooking in Florida, man, with the Hurricanes. And like Moss said, I'm happy those Florida teams are back outside of the Gators.
Yeah, I think they got the perfect solution to them having some pretty bad defensive backs last year, that they could get pressure with their front four. Their 2 bookends are really, really nice, man. And their defensive backs is actually doing a good job as well. I didn't know that they was going to pit it on South Florida the way they did. But like Parlay Pill said, that Brown made a lot of mistakes that really was forced by Miami. Miami forced him into those mistakes, which is always good defensive strategy to be able to do that to a quarterback. I think that this Miami team should definitely be ranked higher than LSU. I like LSU and what LSU does, but I do feel like LSU is not as complete right now as this Miami team. So I can definitely see Miami being ahead of them in the polls. And they might actually jump them, because that Clemson win by LSU does not look as good now. What's your thoughts on Arkansas 35 at number 17, Ole Miss 41? I wasn't quite sure. I thought this game would be this high. And I'm not sure if Ole Miss's quarterback played in this game. I know that he was a game time decision. He must have played. They scored 41 points. What's your thoughts on this game?
I ain't see this game. I ain't even see the highlights, so I can't even talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't see this one either. I did pick Ole Miss. That's the only thing I would say. I don't know if they actually going to drop playing an Arkansas team at 17 and 41-35. It makes me think, will they start dropping some teams when they, should possibly easily win it, even though it's an SEC matchup? That's a question of mine too. Because when I seen the score of this game, I said to myself, will Ole Miss drop or will they move up? This is, to me, not the greatest quality win, and you was at home. So Arkansas put up a big fight against you as well at home.
Well, I got a couple of takes from this game. Number one, Arkansas may be better than a lot of people thought. And number two, Arkansas's quarterback, Taylon Green, might be what we thought Sellers and Lagway was going to be this season. That kid is the real deal. I don't think Arkansas has enough around him for them to be major players in the SEC. But Taylor Green is the real deal. Mississippi, just a better team. I thought Arkansas had chances to win the game. But again, fellas, that Taylor Green is something to watch.
Yeah, I knew going into this game, Taylor Green was probably going to give them some issues, even though they were on the road, and he was going to be their best chance for them to even be in the game. And he went out there and he kept his team in it. I think that they're going to always give teams some scares. Some of the teams like an Ole Miss. The big boys though in the SEC are probably going to be able to handcuff Taylor Green and keep him limited in what he can do out there, especially since he doesn't have as much talent around him. But it was good effort by him out there today to keep his team close with a chance to win it. I'm not that high on Ole Miss. Ole Miss might not even be a top 20 team in my opinion, but we have to wait and let it all play out to see where they're going to end up eventually. What's your thoughts on on Florida 10 at number 3, LSU 20? Did LSU look like a number 3 ranked team
Man,
offensively, in your opinion?
Lagway lost his game for Florida. He lost the game instead of LSU winning it. Lagway lost the game. Crucial drive. He's getting tricked by the defense. He threw 2 bad. Well, he threw 3 automatic, 3 or 4, but 2 interceptions where you can see them baiting him. They baited him so bad, and I was like, and they still had the chance to cut it down. I said Lagway lost this. LSU, like you said, they don't look like a number 3 team. You know what I mean? I think Lagway lost this game for Florida. It's a quarterback controversy in Florida because they got the young boy. They got a true freshman that's pretty good too for Florida.
I'm glad you said that. I totally agree with everything hearing across the board when it comes to LSU. This was a game I thought LSU would be able to come out, beast out. Even though it's an SEC showdown, this goes to show, Florida wasn't going to lay down that easy, even though we all picked, we had LSU winning this game. But like you said, Lagway had opportunity after opportunity. And I think they got to get that freshman some play time now. It's at a point to where you gotta figure something out to get a win in Florida. And, it's tough seeing Florida and Clemson now, 2 of the teams we talked about being at the top, seeing them having a folding type of season like Florida say that. Even though it's early, in the lookout, Clemson 1 and 2, Florida trying to figure things out. They haven't got a win yet.
Yeah, man. I had Florida with the upset before this game. I just felt like their backs were against the wall. I thought Lagway was better than what he showed yesterday. And this is the game that destroyed my parlay. I like to play with I'll sprinkle a couple of dollars on the money line, nothing big. Yeah. But I thought Florida had a chance to upset LSU, and I was correct. They just didn't get the job done. They were right there, man.
Yeah.
I do agree that Lagway lost this game for them. And LSU, I believe, on the season after 3 games is only averaging 20 points per game. That's not an elite team to me. If you elite team, you got to average more than 20, man, all that talent they got down there. But I mean, LSU held on. They did what they had to do. They got the victory. And it's going to be interesting to see if Lagway can get himself together and play like we expected him to play.
Do y'all think Nussmeier should be, like postgame just said, they're not averaging a lot of points? Is it because of Nussmeier? Is it because they don't have a crazy running game? What is it? Why aren't they scoring more points?
I don't know. They don't go downfield enough for me. You know what I mean? Everything is dink and dunk like this. Like get these dudes in space. They don't. I'm usually seeing the deep ball from LSU. I don't see the deep ball like that no more. So it's probably that.
I was thinking of that same thing, not seeing the deep ball. And, surprisingly, we talk about wide receivers out of LSU. Xavier Thomas is a gem, I think, if he can get it going. But they don't have that speed, I think, that we used to on the ends at that wide receiver position. So it's just something to see. I mean, Noose, senior leader, see what he could do with this LSU team moving forward. But I think, talk is going to be now, do they drop? Are they this top, are they this 3-ranked team that everybody see them as and has them as right now? So Miami put up a fight, great game against South Florida. I think this the week they could jump LSU for sure.
Yeah, I think they should. If it was up to me, I would jump them. But I mean, I don't know what's going on with LSU's offense at all, man. If you look at them on paper, they should be more explosive. Nussmeier should have bigger numbers. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, as far as this Florida team goes, what are they doing wrong? Are they not giving Lagway the right kind of offense around it? Because they got good running backs, they got a good offensive line. What's going on with Lagway that he's not producing more points against some of these better teams?
I'm gonna blame it on his eyes, because I'm sorry, his dude's wide open. You know what I mean? And then he getting baited by the safeties, and he's not, when they doing slant plays, he's not looking at the underneath linebacker. They had the one dude standing right there, like how State play Caleb Downs, put him right in the center. It was the dude right there. He did a slant. Dude jumped right in front of the slant. Boom. He's not seeing that dude. I say that comes from looking around pre-snap. You know what I mean? You got to see what people at pre-snap. You're a quarterback, man. You got to see what people at. You got to know who number 10 is, where he at. You know what I mean? If you're a ball hawk, where he at. You know what I mean? Then he's not. I blame it on his eyes because he's not looking downfield.
I think you hit it right on the nail. Like, that's another thing. When we was together yesterday, I was watching. We watched quite a few games at that 12 o'clock slate, and just seeing some of the quarterbacks that's played the 25, seeing how they command that line, and seeing how some of the younger, they just go through their progressions, but they will miss something. So that's my take on it as well. You got to see things a lot better for him to get this Florida team moving in some kind of way. There was a lot of talk about it coming into the season, but we seeing this a lot more athletic quarterbacks, and some that went in and got some work this offseason preparing for the coming year, and some that actually didn't. Now in these 2 weeks, we starting to see that pay off for some, and for others, that's Florida we talking about. It's not going well.
I'm tired of seeing these big, strong, athletic quarterbacks not being developed properly. So I'm gonna put some of the blame on the coaching staff. You see it over and over again. They got these young black quarterbacks, and they big, they fast, they strong, but it seems like they not being developed, man. You hear Tom Brady talking about it all the time, like coaching quarterbacks is a lost art, developing quarterbacks is a lost art. You got to develop these guys, man. If he can't see simple stuff, like Parlay Poe was talking about, how they was setting him up for that big left hook. Shout out to that boxing match last night. But you can't see simple stuff like that. Like come on, man. I'm gonna give Lagway some blame, but I'm gonna also put some blame on that coaching and development.
Yeah, I definitely thought that he would progress better this year, seeing what we saw from him last year. I know that they're in the headset until the last 15 seconds in his ear. I'm quite sure they're telling him what's out there. Watch out for this, or maybe they're not. I mean, maybe they ain't saying it either. But he should definitely be in a better position, playing better football this year than he did last year. Des Juan is saying that he's trash. I hate to hear what he's saying about my guy.
Those Nation. Just a quick thing to think about. it made me think about the fact that you got Lagway, now you had Richardson prior to. Is it something that Florida not able to do with these quarterbacks when they get them? Because we don't want to see a talent like Lagway go to waste, knowing his potential could be what it is, and then what we see Richardson go through. You know, they coming from Florida.
Bro, they relying too much on their athleticism, man. You got to develop these young men.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think it takes nothing against the coaching staff or anything like that, but they definitely have to take the time to put that work in. I think, you know, some quarterbacks do, you know, you get that head, feel like you don't have to put the work in and this and that, but I think it's important to really get your craft and make it special, to be able to spin that thing, as Parlays Post say. You can be athletic, but you got to be able to spin that thing. Pays dividends, man.
Yeah. Let's look at number 6, Georgia, 44. At number 15, Tennessee, 41 in overtime. A big win for Georgia, their 9th straight over Tennessee. What's your thoughts on this game? What did y'all take away from it? And is either one of these teams ranked where they should be?
Best game of the day.
Yeah.
Sorry, post game. Sorry, post game. This is the best game of the day. But I seen from Georgia, I seen some counter punches. I seen everything in this game, man. Thing about Joey, man, quarterback for Tennessee, he believe in his receivers, man.
Yeah.
And I like that in him. He believe he believed like if my receiver one-on-one with you, I'm throwing it to him. And I seen that all yesterday. Every time somebody was one-on-one, he threw it to. What's his name? Brazil, something like that.
Yeah,
had all them yards. Number 17.
Boy, special.
He did real good. But thing on the other end of Georgia, what I wasn't understanding, they do a lot of quarterback runs with Stockton, with Gunner. They do a lot of running with that. They're going to get that dude hurt, man, because he took some nice shots. But they was running him on the goal line, running him wide open, 3rd and 5. They running the quarterback. So, the SEC, man, is going to be tough if he can sustain all that running. You know what I mean? But Georgia, they don't got them aggressive big men up front no more. You know what I mean? So it was hard because they had to do a lot of blitzing that I ain't never seen that they do before. So Tennessee is all right. They're going to be all right in the SEC, but Georgia right there, they should be number 6.
Yeah, it's definitely something to look at from here, I would say, until the season. Like, I would say it's about week 10, because we know when this was, I think, was it around the time when they played Georgia Tech and had that big 18 overtime, like around this time, or it might have been later, but just seeing this high score, like you said about Aguilar, man, the kid is special, and it's good to see what he's doing with Tennessee. We used to talking about them not really faring out after the situation they've been through, but it's good to see they found a quarterback and they got some weapons. So it was a good win for Georgia. Georgia's a team we haven't really talked about. Like you said, they do run the ball a lot with Stockton. So for me, is that something that's going, you know, bite them later in the season? Too many runs from Gunner, or will it fare out better for him? So I think it was a big win for him. Great game. Tennessee, for me, is just they got this tough stretch coming up. So we'll really see more about Tennessee if they get a couple of these games in this 6-game stretch they got. It could be a factor for them going into this playoff.
Yeah, fellas, I was really impressed with, and I agree, Parlay Po, this was the best game of the day. But I was really impressed with Georgia, man. To get punched in the mouth and come back like that and keep fighting. They showing Kirby Smart on my TV. I'm like, man, that's the best coach in America right now. Tennessee is really talented. I think they may be a year away from being dominant. Maybe if they can keep their squad together and keep developing. But I think Georgia, those DBs were getting burnt, man. But if they can clean that up, I think they definitely could be a top 5-6 team. Tennessee may be slightly overrated, You know, they were at home. They had a lot of momentum. It's the Georgia game. Of course, they're going to be up for that. So they might be a tad bit overrated, but Georgia is going to be really good in the SEC.
I like what I saw out of both of these teams offensively yesterday. I really did. My concern is, man, y'all giving up way too many points, which means y'all's defenses, and these are two solid offenses, but I didn't expect them to give up that many points. Georgia giving up what they give up 38 regular points in the regular in 4 quarters. That's a lot for a Georgia team to give up. And they were getting the ball thrown over their heads. That kind of like made me think like, whoa, what's up with these defenses? What I did like and what I said yesterday on the podcast is Georgia fans was concerned about Gunnar Stockton's ability to put the ball down the field. Yesterday, he did just that. So that's a bright spot for them. I agree with Parlay Poe. You can't keep running this dude like that. That's why you got a running back. And he's a good running back. You need to make sure you give him the ball more often than some of these runs you're giving to Gunnar Stockton. You can run Gunnar Stockton in certain situations just to throw off the defense to maybe move the chains, but to do it as much as they did yesterday, that might be a recipe for disaster for them because I don't know what they got backing up Gunnar Stockton. And in this SEC, it can be grueling. So that was a really good win for Georgia yesterday, a win that I didn't expect them to get. I think they were down 2 scores and fought back and got back in it, put the game into overtime, which says that this Georgia team offensively could probably play with anybody. But defensively, they're going to have to fix some things because they don't have the horses like they normally would have out there, which means they're going to give up some points.
Yeah, another thing, dude, for Georgia, that corner, number 1, he got to change his number, man. He got to change his number. You can't have number 1 getting burnt like that, man. He was getting toast, and then he was handsy. You know what I mean? He was handsy. He was like, he way too handsy. He did it one time in front of Kirby. Kirby looked at him like, man, come on. You know what I mean? And then another number 1, the play on Branch, play on offense, he came out there and hugged him and everything. But I said, he can't do that, man. He's too handsy. They're gonna get a throwing team can throw on Georgia.
Just thinking about the SEC, there's a lot of running quarterbacks that we talking about. Is there any quarterback in the SEC that we feel can use the pass and still be mobile and be a difference maker for his team? Like we seen could pass the ball. Is that something we're going to see, for the rest of the season? Or is there someone that's already in position to do those things without having to use his feet so much?
He got hurt. He ain't playing no more this season. Watch. Sellers. He checked out yesterday.
Man.
Yeah, I'm going to get to the draft.
You going to the draft. He checked out.
I called that Vandy win yesterday, too. I told you.
I said if Sellers, it goes with Sellers. If Sellers wasn't there, so they lost. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think Nussmeier might be the only one who could possibly be that person. He's not really a runner, though. But like Parlay Poe said, until he starts throwing that ball down the field consistently, or they even call those kind of plays, because I'm like, dude, you already doing all the stuff in the short game and the intermediate game to set up the long ball, and you don't see him throw it enough. That's kind of concerning for me. But let's welcome our man T-Juan to the show, City League TV. How you feeling this morning, bro?
I'm good, fellas. I'm good. I ain't see and it's kind of crazy because I've been up today. I've been up, but I never saw the link. I'm just now seeing the link. So the one time I'm up in the AM and ready to rock and roll, I got a late text. But hey, good to see y'all fellas. I'll be on camera here in a hot second.
For sure, man. Good to hear your voice and see you in here, man.
Man, I'm still trying to get my voice back. It's still gone, so we're working on it.
Well, you shouldn't have had to scream so much yesterday when y'all play OU. You shouldn't have had to scream so much.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't. And I didn't. I just sat back and enjoyed the game, man.
Yeah, for sure. The last game of the night, man, we got to see a really, really good game. Number 16, Texas A&M 41. At number 8, Notre Dame 40. This was a really good game, man. And I saw good things from both sides, both teams. What's your thoughts on this game? And what does this mean for Notre Dame going forward?
Post game, you go last. Yeah, because I want to hear what you guys say. But I'm like, I like the Price dude, man. I like the Price dude for Notre Dame, man. I love him, man. I like him. You know what I mean? Especially in space. I ain't think he was that fast in space. He fast. I like him. I like the things y'all did. But CJ Carr, he was out there sometime. He looked like he was a deer in headlights sometime. Just like they had Marcel Reed doing the same thing. But this was a very good game. And even though Notre Dame lost, they don't got to hang their head low. Because Notre Dame is a good team. Just a couple more, you know what I mean, mistakes that they got to trim down.
Yeah. Like you said, man, I second everything you said. This game was really good. I caught the back end of it the last 9 minutes because I was, keeping up with the Ohio State game as well. And like you said, man, that running back, I think they trying to really figure it out. With you got Love and you have Price. You have two great backs. And Price is, it seemed like he's there to play his position and be a dog in what he do. And, we had questions about this A&M team. We really wanted to see what they could do. And for them to get a big win against a quality team in Notre Dame on the road, you got to respect them to continue to fight through that game, which they did and came out on top. But much kudos to Notre Dame. They've been playing a tough schedule these first few weeks. And if they could, put these wins together the rest of the season, I still think they definitely have a shot. It's a long season. It's a lot of games still to be played, man. And we just don't know the way the marble's going to bounce. So I definitely feel they still a great team. They just got to get some things figured out. That's just my opinion on that game. A big win for Texas A&M.
Desjuan doesn't think so. He said Notre Dame is trash.
He said he got a hot seat over there on Freedom.
Hot seat. This game, man, was kind of. It was really unexpected to see these two teams play the way they did. Defensively for Notre Dame, I did not expect them to play and give up the kind of plays they gave up defensively. I remember when Chris Ash was at Texas, in our first couple of games, his strategy was often we had to make him simplify it for guys because that was the first year they was dealing with him. Once he simplified things for them, especially on the back end, they played a whole lot better the rest of that season. He might need to do that with the team he's with now at Notre Dame. Otherwise, they're going to ship him off because they got some of the best corners and safeties in the game right now in college. And I don't see why they're making these mistakes out there. It could be because he isn't simplifying the thing enough for them. I think they need to get that thing fixed. Marcel Reed, even though he only completed 50% of his passes, he was able to complete some really big chunk plays in that game that really helped them to be able to get the running game going a little bit to keep them in that game. I think both teams gave up way too many points with their defenses. If they're going to be able to keep winning, they're going to have to cut down on giving up so many points. I thought they gave up way too many points yesterday. I don't know if T1, you here?
Yep. Everybody else went except for Foles. Who next?
You?
You?
Hey, I actually wanted to be on camera for this, but I ain't ready. Post game. Apologize, bro. I apologize. You starting to look like the new Maltz B up in here. But I'm gonna pump the brakes. I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit. But we might be about to be getting on you, bro. We might be about to be getting on you. So I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Y'all in trouble. Y'all ain't making the playoffs. Y'all got another L up in there somewhere. I don't know from who, but it's up in there. Let me know if I'm wrong, man. It's looking all bad for them ND boys. Talk to us post game.
Talk to us.
Man, where do I start? I don't disagree with nothing that was just said by you fine gentlemen. I'm not even upset about the offense. CJ Carr made some mistakes. Red shirt freshman starting for the first time. That's expected.
Right.
I can rock with that. Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love are two of the best backs in the nation. I told y'all the tight end Eli Raridan was going to break out this season. Offensive line played better than they did against Miami. That's cool. The issue I have is the defense, fellas. Chris Ash, I would have had security standing in front of the locker room, and as soon as he tried to walk in, I would have told him, "You don't coach here no more. You don't coach here no more." Notre Dame is way too talented on defense to be giving up 20 plus points in the first half. I believe Texas A&M is a good team. I don't think they're 20 plus points in the first half good against Notre Dame on the road. That was BS. Leonard Moore is one of the better, if not the best, cover corners in the nation. What are you doing sending him off on a blitz? All the players you can blitz, you blitzing Leonard Moore? Bro, this was extremely frustrating for me. We can't get a pass rush. Unbelievable with Boubacar Traore and Bryce Young. And just the speed and skill we got at linebacker. I don't believe that was a targeting on Don Schuler last night. I think the refs got that wrong. But listen, man, Chris Ash need to get his stuff together and get it together fast. I heard some whispers during the summer that some of the Irish faithful didn't like the Chris Ash hire, and I see why, man. This dude does not know what to do with the toys he has. I promise y'all, Notre Dame, this is one of the most talented defenses in the country, and Chris Ash is blowing it right now, man. And Marcus Freeman may need to consider taking over as the play caller on defense or giving it to Mike Mickens, man. And you know what? Maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe because Al Golden, kind of looked the same his first year. Maybe he needs time, to implement that defense. But, bro, he's doing some silly things. There's no way in the world outside of probably Jeremiah Smith and the kid Williams from Alabama, any receiver in the nation should have 200 plus yards of receiving on Notre Dame. That's ridiculous. Nobody. And I watched our secondary get rotisserie 2 games in a row. This is looking very bad, and I think they can rebound. Do they have enough juice on the schedule to make the playoffs? I don't know. We'll see what USC is. We'll see what a couple other teams are, but I doubt it. Well, I'm not even thinking about the playoffs right now, to be honest with y'all. We just got to get it together on defense. This is not Notre Dame football.
Let me ask you this. So you think it was the defense, the scheme was wrong, or I seen I seen Texas A&M receivers out there making plays. You know what I mean? That missed tackle.
Come with us to try the new restaurant that just opened.
What was that?
Oh, my bad. It was my phone going off.
The missed tackle when Strowman did, and then dude went 86 or whatever. And then I seen Concepcion, whatever, number 7, he running free in the secondary. You know what I mean? Catching passes. Then Marcel Reed, he only completed 50%, but he was having a clean pocket. You know what I mean? He was having a clean pocket back there. And then sometimes the coverage was so good in the back end, he wasn't getting rushed, so he took off. You know what I mean? He took off and get the first down. He was getting 3rd and 7s and stuff like that. So you think the defensive scheme was wrong, or the players ain't do their part?
The defensive scheme is not fitting the talent. It's listen, Notre Dame is great. They on paper they should be great at coverage. Boubacar Traore, I know what play you're talking about. You got to be disciplined. When you got a running quarterback like that and you're not spying him, you have to be gap disciplined. You can't rush up the field like that and give him that open lane. I do agree they did make some mistakes on that big run where they missed the tackles. They made some mistakes, but all in all, I think that's still on coaching. Because these players weren't making they weren't making these mistakes last season. They're making them now. So I gotta lean on the coaching. Marcus Freeman, the buck starts with you. I don't believe he's on a hot seat, but I think you gotta take control of your program, because at the worst, Notre Dame should be 1-1. 0-2, that's unacceptable.
No, this T1 clicked off. Let's turn over to the NFL and talk about some of the games that's going to take place today. How do you feel about your team's matchup, and what are you looking forward to see out of your team today?
We need to. My Steelers need to run the ball today. Seattle have a underrated defense. We need to run the ball, and then Broderick Jones need to get his act together. Swinging gate, you know what I mean? He was getting torched last week, week 1. Understanding it was week 1, but he was still getting torched. We have number of people out. We got we got a corner, starting corner, and starting safety out. See if they can be replaced. Added some more people in there. So we need to get this running game on track and stop the run, because they got 2 good running backs, Charbonnet and Walker. So we need to stop the run. But Darnold can be Darnold. You know what I mean? Like, he can make them mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to do. Put pressure on Darnold and make him make mistakes, and have that defense play well and have this running game off.
Can I add something real fast, Poe? I really believe, like, one thing I hate about the NFL is when those West Coast teams travel all the way to the East Coast for the 1 o'clock games. Seattle might be in trouble, man.
I hope they are. I should be down there. It's the home open. I should be there, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Great. Why you ain't in the building, Poe?
Man. Yeah, I put it in the chat for you.
Okay. Because I know you be out here. You be moving and grooving.
Yeah, I put it in the chat
One
for
of
you.
them fans that just sit at home, you really be out there looking at them, at your boys with your own eyes, man. And that's one thing I appreciate about your fanhood. You're a true one to your boys.
Got to. Thanks.
What you looking forward to, Mossberg?
I got this plane going over real quick.
Oh,
It's all
where let T1 go? Because y'all talking about the same team.
So what am I most looking forward to today is an explosive offense. Like right now, I'm not even – I don't care what the defense do today. So I'm looking for the offense to look explosive. And if they don't, we have a problem. But the good thing is that we're 1-0 instead of 0-1. You know, so that's a positive thing moving into this new season and early in this season. So, if we can start off 2-0, it'll be really, really, really good for this franchise. So I'm just looking forward to seeing an explosive offense.
It's funny you say that. I think the offense is going to take care of itself today. We got Jacksonville coming in. We got them orange unis coming out today. For me, it's the defense. I want to get to see Cincinnati's defense flying around. You got this young core up front, and the veteran leadership with our sack leader Hendrickson being back. You have the Michigan up front. You have Jenkins, Murphy starting to play a big difference with Shamar Stewart. And we got Hill and Nelson and Stone out there playing even better. And for me, I want to see Cam Taylor-Britt lock in and lock up his corner today.
Man, Travis about to lock up Chase.
That's calm your nerves. Calm your nerves on that one. Because we ain't going to say no smoke about that, because I've been seeing the surface. Don't let that boy get an 80-yard tutty catch on him in courtesy of Jamar Chase from Joey B. But we're going to say that for the post-game talk. Yeah. But I think our defense got to get right. I think this is a game where we can't come out and think that Jacksonville's not going to play. We know what Trevor Lawrence is capable of, and he has some good weapons to do those things. I think we got to come out, be stout up front, get a couple sacks, get a pick. We had 2 of them last week. I think we need to keep our hands flying around as well. And I think the offense is going to get going this week, definitely.
Yeah, T1 and Moss, y'all just had to come get Al Golden from my Fighting Irish, man. But my Indianapolis Colts are playing possibly the best defense in the NFL as they take on the Broncos today. I'm looking for Daniel Jones to not make mistakes, take your check downs, hand the ball off to Taylor, and give what the defense takes. Take what the defense gives you. I expect the defense to be playing well. I don't know if Latu is going to play today or not, but the defense, this is a statement game. They need to get after Bo Nix and limit points. And I think the Colts will be fine and possibly get the upset. But it's going to be a tall task because them Broncos is looking like a full course meal this season.
Yeah, for sure.
KT, you wild, boy.
I was thinking the same thing, too.
They be having planes, chickens, ambulance, gunshots all around where he at.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, what's going on? He hold his show right there on Cleveland Avenue. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I'm right on the strip today, man. On the porch, feeling this good breeze, man. It's a good Sunday for football, man. Why not, man?
It's always a good Sunday for football. Every day is good for football now.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Beautiful day.
Man, my Titans go from the freaking Broncos to the freaking Los Angeles Rams. Like, damn, man, we got the #1 pick. How you gonna have us coming right out the gate playing 2 of the better teams in the NFL, man? I mean, we some damn bums. But I think Cam Ward is going to be the truth, man. Once his receivers start, they got to help him, man. They drop some balls. This guy can really sling it, man, and he's smart. I think if those wide receivers can help him out, man, and we can establish some sort of running game, we can sort of be in some games. We only lost 20-10 to the Broncos now. Losing by 10 points in the NFL is almost like a blowout.
Yeah.
But I think if we can score 10 points today, that'll be a good sign that we at least got some kind of offensive hope. I think we can score more than 10 at home. The crowd should be really into it and should really be excited about Cam Ward and what he's able to do. We just got to get him some help. Those guys got to catch that football today.
Yeah.
Did you see the Cam Ward play when he threw the look away to the running back?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, man. I'm saying for him to know the running back is right there, that he gonna be nice, man. I like that. I like that in him. But he do need that a #1 wide receiver play a good role in your on your team, man. Because I had I was thinking, I was like, man, DK really ain't no number one, but hey, Rodgers was making him look good
Really
last
good.
week, and he was grabbing stuff out the air. So I'm like, okay, let's go, DK. I hope we show out. He playing his formal team. He got to show out today.
Yeah. I think if Cam get him a number one target, I'm glad you said that. I think he could definitely, break some waves faster than the path he on now, not having a number one target. And like you said, that look away pass, man. We gonna see some special things out of Cam Ward, I think, this season. And that made me think about when he sat in the pocket in that game last year at the end of the season and was just chilling, and then dumped off that pass. So I think Cam Ward is definitely something special for that Tennessee Titans organization. And I think he can get them back into the playoffs, in a few years. And, it's going to take some work, but I think with the right pieces around him, I think Tennessee could definitely make an appearance in the playoffs in these next few years for sure.
I think real quick, I think Tennessee does have a number one wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. The problem is he's seen the best corner in the NFL last week in Surtain. But I do think for years to come, Rob, your Titans, their future looking bright with this QB, man. That was a great pick.
Our goal is just to own the Colts again.
Yeah, think about the number one receiver. I don't care if the number one corner on you. You got to get open.
You got to make plays.
You got to beat him. If dude say number one corner, okay, I'm a number one on this team. You know what I mean? You got to have that attitude. Chase be coming in there, think he could dominate everybody. Jefferson think he could dominate everybody. That's the difference between these wide receivers, man. Like, I don't care who.
I agree.
You got to be like, I'm him.
I agree. I agree, Poe. Yeah. But I gotta ask you this, my man. What corner has dominated Surtain? I mean, what receiver has dominated Surtain?
Well, I don't watch Denver games all like that, but I know last year we had our way with him when we beat him.
He came from Kansas City, right?
Who? No.
Who's?
Or is that that's the younger one that just went straight to Denver?
Yeah, he been at Toronto. That's the one. That's the dude from Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the youngest. That's the senior son. I mean, he's definitely
he been there. He been there. We had our way with him last year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you can get open, man. You can get open. These number one wide receivers, they study to be number ones. You know what I mean? That's why I like Devontae Adams. If he was a little younger playing in this league right now, he'd kill the league because he know how to get open.
Yeah.
True that.
Surtain didn't play that game, Poe.
Huh?
Surtain didn't play that game.
What game? Against us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we beat him, though. Whoever was on our dude, we beat him.
Hey, y'all, well, let me talk about my other love now. Y'all can't just do me like that. Y'all know I do believe that polygamy is okay if the situation is perfect, and my situation is perfect, and that's why I love both my Bengals and my Browns, so let's talk about what I want to see with the Browns this week. And what I want to see is I want to see that defense continue to be dominant. Although they lost last week, I need for that defense to show up in a game that we're not supposed to win. So I need to see now if that defense can win a game or two for.
Y'all gonna cover that 12?
Man, I would like to say yes. I would like to say yes with the defense. Yeah, I would like to say yes.
There's been a lot of talk about this Derrick Henry at the running back position. There's been a lot of talk. What do you think your Browns do with Henry today? Can y'all stop King Henry, or can King Henry?
What they usually do, both the Browns and the Bengals usually, I ain't gonna say shut him down, but he don't come in and kill neither one of us. Everybody else, yeah, but he know once he step into Ohio, he know we gonna put something on him. We don't care how big he is. We're going to put something on him. We know we got to come as a group and as a whole, because if you don't, he going to put something on you. So, when he come in Ohio, he know we coming and we coming deep. like them WTP Sports do. And that's how it is. So we're confident against that. Our thing is always just stopping Lamar.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be an easy win for the Ravens. I just don't, man. Cleveland played Baltimore tough. Cleveland got a defense this year. I'm not sure. I'm not too sold on their offense with Flacco, but I definitely think y'all defense gonna keep y'all in this game with possibly a chance. Didn't y'all beat Baltimore last season?
Yeah.
We got one. Yeah.
And then they favored. They got them favored by 11.5. They got Lamar and them favored by 11.5. That's a lot of points in the NFL.
That's a whole lot, and especially against a team where usually when you play against this team, I mean they play you pretty good, pretty tight. You know, you may have a blowout here and there against, you know, either Cincinnati or Cleveland. You know, you may have one either here or there, but most of the time they bangers.
Where they playing this game at today?
Bangers.
Baltimore.
I'm gonna take Baltimore in the points. The reason I'm gonna do this because of that game last week. I'm not doubting Cleveland. I'm gonna just go with Baltimore in the points. I'm gonna throw it out there because of the fact that I don't think they're gonna lay down like they did last week.
Who laid down?
Yeah, I don't think that's a double digit. I don't think it's a double digit game.
How they play Jaws offense, how the Browns play Jaws offense, you only won by one. That's the worst game I've seen Burrows play.
No, I'm saying as far as last week's game when they played Buffalo being up by that 15 and
I know, but I'm saying Browns is playing Lamar and them. I'm saying they made Burrows, they made him look like he wasn't no all-pro.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hey, that pressure, man. That pressure, and I just be looking at Garrett, man, and I just be in awe, like
a monster, man.
My gosh, you know what I mean?
A monster.
I think he's literally the best defensive end in football, man. After seeing the way he performed last week,
but y'all got no line though.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as
we got to figure it out we just got to figure out that quarterback position, and I really don't like what's going on right now because we need to know what it's going to do. And I think we actually have two rookie quarterbacks on the sideline, regardless of how you want to put them out there, who you want to put them out there, who you want to put out there first. One of them kids got to be ready to go in there and light a fire for this offense. I mean,
Flacco didn't lose that game though.
No, Flacco didn't lose the game. Flacco didn't look bad at all. Listen, he didn't look bad at all.
Yeah.
He and I need him to do what he do. I need us to go and do what we do because I think we need to have after game maybe 4, maybe after game 3. Like maybe this will be, and I know and understand Flacco didn't play bad, but we just need more fire. He didn't play bad, but how many points did he put up? You got to think like that when everybody is saying just how well the 40-year-old virgin played. I mean, but how many points did he put up? So that's what I look at. We need some fire, some sparks coming from that offensive side of the ball to match that defense, because that defense is Super Bowl caliber. It's Super Bowl caliber. It's just not a good defense. It's a defense that could win you a Super Bowl if you have something over there on that other side that can get you to a Super Bowl. And I understand that Flacco had a decent game and didn't put the team in trouble last week, but we didn't win that game. And the game was beyond winnable, although we know we can blame it on the field goal kicker. So how you going to say anything about Flacco? It really wasn't, no, but it was everybody's fault as a team. We should have had more points. This shouldn't have came down to the field goal kicker. We shutting out one of the most dynamic offensives that we've ever seen in the past few years, and we're basically shutting them down and getting nothing from you, bum.
So you got to put that on the leg of the kicker. They got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
It's a 27-yard field goal. That's exactly how you play that team.
We prefer to have a comfortable lead.
No, not being the Browns. Any given Sunday. Football, NFL football, any given Sunday. I win by 1 point. That's a good win. I'm talking about this ain't no.
Yeah, but they shut that. But they all but shut down one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. So you put it on the they field goal kicker.
They were only able to put up how many points against arguably one of the lower 5 defenses in all of the NFL, from what everybody talks about.
They got
saying that, it's okay to put up, 13 points or something on offense against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and probably, at least on paper and starting off, the worst defense in the conference.
We already know that, but I'm saying
can't clap up for none of that. You ain't scored enough points for that defense.
Back in wasn't even last year when they was doing all that. Cincinnati's back in. They had 3 people hurt in the secondary. All them dudes is back, and then the sack leader is back. You know what I mean? So that defense, what you seen last week, that's the defense.
No, last year.
That's the defense that they supposed to had through most of the year. All 3 of them dudes in that secondary for the Bengals got hurt. They played last week, and you seen that. So
we're gonna see this. I think they're gonna have. I think Cincinnati's gonna have a bigger challenge. I think this week on the defensive side of the ball, that offense is going to be a little better than them Cleveland Browns. So we're gonna get a chance to see.
Yeah, because they run their quarterback. They call quarterback runs for your boy, for Sunshine.
Yeah,
they call quarterback runs for him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be totally different.
And it's a whole lot of quarterbacks out here that can run now.
Yeah.
So that's why I say today we're gonna see how good that defense is. If they looked better last week, but they went up against the Browns offense.
Yeah. So outside of your team playing today, what games are you looking or interested in seeing this today, or either or Monday?
It's a lot of games I want to see. I want to see how Caleb bounce back against Detroit. Both of them lost. This is a division game. So the Bears versus the Lions is going to be a good game today.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Philadelphia, Kansas City, the Super Bowl rematch. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see if Mahomes got blood. He want blood for how Philadelphia did him in the Super Bowl. If he got revenge on his mind, man, a lot of his receivers are banged up, so it's going to be a tall task, but that definitely should be an exciting game to see.
I'm interested in this Baltimore-Cleveland game. Watching Cleveland play last week, as a Bengals fan, we escaped, and a win is a win. I told a lot of Browns fans that, hey, I'm not going to say nothing. We got the win. That's all that matters. So I'm really wanting to see what this Baltimore team do after a bounce-back loss, even though it was early, against a team like Buffalo on the road, the way they lost, having that lead. If they come out and have a different push in starting this game against Cleveland today, that's what I'm looking forward to see how that game goes. As well as Pittsburgh's defense against this Darnold and these Seahawks. See how they fare today, because their defense looking lights out. They hitting, they moving. So I'm interested in seeing what this Pittsburgh defense does today to continue on how they played in that first week.
Hey, who the Jets play?
Buffalo.
They got the Buffalo Bills.
I'm interested in that game right there. I'm very interested to see how Justin plays in his second game. I want to see if Justin can be a consistent quarterback. He had a really, really good game last week, although they lost, and just like we're saying about Flacco, it definitely wasn't Justin's fault.
Nah.
So now let's see if he can put together a back-to-back week, a back-to-back solid week Let's see if you can go and beat a good team. You had a great opportunity to beat one last week. You came up short. Let's see if you can. Finish the deal this week. I mean, I don't know how many more points you want your offense to put up because they put up points. They put up enough points to win the game. So, that's the game I'm most interested in seeing right there.
Yeah, Justin played real well. He played real well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there go FanDuel again. Always looking over my shoulder, looking at my sheet, man. Why you still doing that stuff after a whole year, bro? Come on, man, stop it. Falcons, and the daggone Vikings, man. Penix, McCarthy too. I'm ready for that, man. I want to see how well, because McCarthy started off slow last week and brought his team back for a victory. Penix had his team in the game ready to win. The defense just didn't stop the Buccaneers from scoring to get them back in it. I'm thinking that these Vikings and these Falcons this game going to be a really good game, man. I'm interested to see how it goes. McCarthy, Penix, 2.
Yeah. It's 2 Monday night games this week, right?
Yeah,
2 of them. They tip off. I think they got that special time. One's tipping off, I think, at 7 with the special time.
Parlay Paul, how you feel about Mr. Rogers, man?
Right now, man, we got to keep him upright, man. I told you, he can still throw. Ain't nothing wrong with his arm. And, you know what I mean? It's just like his legs don't be moving how his brain thinking. You know what I mean? So we got to keep him upright, you know what I mean, so he can make solid decisions. But we got dudes that can get open. Everybody talking about our wide receivers. We got Calvin Austin III. He underrated. We got the big Jonas Smith dude, and we got the big Daryl Washington. We got some good tight ends, man.
Yeah.
As long as we can keep him upright and get this running game going, Rodgers gonna be all right, man.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. He definitely can still spin that thing.
Yeah.
Donnell said the Commanders and Giants. That's going to be a great division matchup.
They play the Cowboys.
Ain't gonna be no good game. They want to beat the hell out of the Giants.
Man, they play the Cowboys. Cowboys and the Giants play today.
That's what I was about to. Is it the Cowboys and the Giants?
Yes, the Cowboys and the Giants today.
Commanders played Thursday.
Yeah,
they played Thursday. Is that game at Dallas or New York?
Hey, y'all, just to keep it all real, man. Like, this is actually beautiful. I don't think it's a bad game on the schedule today. I don't think it's a bad game. I think all of them are like bangers. You know, it ain't really none that, when I looked on there, it wasn't, I don't think it was any I looked at that I was like, all right, that's going to be a blowout. Like, that's an easy win. I don't see a lot of easy wins out there.
Any games like the games that's tight? Any games that you think somebody could possibly get knocked off? Like you got the Cowboys and the Giants.
The Giants should knock off the Cowboys.
That the way they defense, I don't know. I like the Giants defense side of the ball.
I'm just saying, just for it's
man,
possible.
You got to put Jackson in, man. You got to put Jackson Dart in. You ain't gonna win, Russ, man.
Russ ain't it. You done seen it for yourself, Paul.
Russ ain't it last year. That's why we lost Justin Fields, because while Russell was losing, they should have put the young boy back in. We gonna give young boy Russ at the end of his career. Russ at the end of his career, just really starting and learning. He's seen the downfalls and the losing. Three offensive coordinators in 3 years. Justin seen all that, so he know what comes with it. Let the young boy play. Russell, I'll see you later. You know what I mean? Like we dropped the ball on Justin. We dropped the ball, and the Justin that I seen last week, that's the Justin that I thought we could have had.
Hey, I did too, Poe. I thought it. I was like, oh my God, that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be real crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm glad he didn't do it for y'all. I'm glad y'all did disrespect my dude.
Man, you feel me? Because I'm saying
this gonna be hurtful for the next, 7 years, 6, 7 years or whatever.
Yeah, he's still learning. He's still learning this stuff, man. I don't think they got him a quarterback coach now. You know what I mean? A quarterback coach is just coaching Justin.
Stability.
You know what I mean? He's just coaching Justin. You know what I mean? Asking Justin, what you see on this? You know what I mean? Like, and then go through the film with him. You know what I mean? Like, what you see right there? No, this the right read. Tell him where the right read supposed to be in and everything. He got one of them now. So you know what I mean? He's in position.
Let me ask y'all this real quick. Did you said Pittsburgh dropped the ball with Justin? Did Chicago also drop the ball with Justin?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they did. He had 3 OCs in 3 years. Yeah, they dropped the ball with him.
And they didn't give him nowhere near what they gave Caleb coming in. They actually didn't give him nothing.
Right.
He ain't nothing from free agency. No receivers, no linemen, no nothing. He just had that. And a whole lot of the Chicago fans were mad and upset. I was in them Chicago tweets and in them comments just looking and lurking. And a lot of those Chicago fans were upset. And they didn't believe that Caleb was better than Justin. And right now, shoot, Caleb ain't looked better than JJ last week. So, you know, it's going to be interesting, man.
Chicago got bad team management, man. Like, we sent them Chase Claypool. We sent them Claypool, and they gave us a second rounder or something. Dude, they even in the league right now. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bad decisions, man.
Yeah.
T1, you might not want to use lurk anymore in your statement because that sounds kind of suspect, bro.
Hey, no Diddy. That's all. That's how the young ones told me to respond. They said if you ever say anything that somebody may not understand or something, they said just put no Diddy behind it, and they'll understand that it wasn't.
No Diddy or pause. It's wild now.
I can't do the pause thing though. That pause thing, I can't do that.
What I know, no Diddy is equivalent to no homo.
Yeah, them New York dudes, they pause everything. Everything they say is pause. I don't like that.
If you think about it, man, I don't do the pause thing again because I don't do the pause thing either because I'm comfortable with, you know what I mean? I know what time it is, but if you think about it, when people actually say pause, that makes you start thinking about the other weird stuff. You know what I mean?
You start thinking about it, like hold
on. What is that? So pause is just like another saying no Diddy?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many different.
So you don't want to listen to Cameron and Mace then. Listen to them.
Yeah, I just be catching clips of Cameron and Mace.
Yeah, they say pause on
everything. I like Cameron and Mace though, man.
Hey,
I rock with them.
He said y'all sound so old.
Yeah,
because we don't do that young stuff you do, Zay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's good to see you in the comments, FanDuel Zay, man. Hope you getting better. I know you said you wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, he feeling good. I don't want to hear that.
Hey,
just thinking about our day yesterday, man. It was good seeing the brothers, man, up at the casino doing what we do, watching some great games and just vegging out to some good times, man. Appreciate you coming out as well, KT, with the support. Everything is always love when we get together and do it, man.
KT said, only sports show to go off the rail.
Yeah, man. You never know which way we might go.
You know how we do, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
WTP for you, man.
That's what we your boy One up in here. What Rob say? He be lurking.
Yeah. Hey man, good luck to all y'all's teams today, man. I hope y'all lose.
Come on, man. You just gonna do it like that? You hope we lose?
Yeah, good luck to all y'all's teams, man. I hope y'all lose. Especially in division games.
I know that's right.
I got to get out of my pre-K room, man. The 4-year-olds ain't teaching me nothing, man. I didn't know nothing about no pause or no pity.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the 4-year-olds, y'all got to step up y'all's game, man. Y'all got me behind the times.
Hey, sound like you're at the wrong school, man. You get educated to like some 4 or 5-year-olds out here too, man.
You know what I mean?
Quick thoughts on the fight.
Hey, if you want them to download the app on your phone, I bet you they can do that.
Right.
Easy.
You know what I mean? Like,
if you did anybody get a chance to catch that great fight last night? I was up late watching
Yeah, I
that
had
fight.
the bobblehead though, man. I had the bobblehead.
I fell asleep to it, man. I fell asleep not knowing who won.
Yeah,
But just
I had the
say,
bobblehead too, T1.
yeah,
I had the bobblehead.
That
Crawford,
was
man,
that
that's one of
fight
my
last
guys.
night was greatness. We
Yeah.
witnessed
It should still
greatness.
be on Netflix though. Shoot. I might go watch it when we get off the stream.
I watched the fight this morning on YouTube.
Yeah, it was
It's
worth
probably
the
off
fight.
now, but I watched the fight.
Yeah, but it's probably still on Netflix. Got to have it on there still to watch, like just like a movie.
Yeah.
That boy Bud is. I respect him. I think he's probably, to me, I've always liked Bud over a lot of top fighters in the last 30 years. But I say Bud has stamped his approval as this generation and possibly even before as one of the greatest. I mean, pound for pound, Bud is
He a
different.
boxer, man. He a boxer. The boxers with the power that have the power to come along with it, as you can see, they were the ones that were most successful. The boxers.
Who y'all's favorite all-time boxer?
Can I just let me say this about Bud Crawford real quick?
Michael.
Just let me say this real quick about Bud. The most underrated thing about Bud Crawford that nobody talks about is his preparation. Not only getting his body and mind ready for a fight, but he studies his opponent like nobody else.
Yeah.
He had Canelo's tendencies down pat and had a counter waiting for everything Canelo was going to do. Amazing.
Yeah.
About, like I say, a boxer. A boxer is going to do everything that he has to do according to boxing, and he's going to do it the boxing way. And a lot of that is defense, being able to have some defense for these other boxers that's just as good as you. Yeah. And that's where you get the great ones who can counter and who has that defense and who knows their opponent, who studied their opponent. So they know what to expect when they go out there, and 9 times out of 10, they come out on a good side of the match.
Poe, you said our favorite fighter, or what you asked?
It's your favorite. Your favorite.
Who's your favorite fighter all time?
Oh, I'm going with the greatest, Muhammad Ali, the Louisville Lip.
I could dig it.
Yeah,
I could dig it. Mine's is my brother, but my brother Peanut. But after that, it's Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? Like,
can't go wrong with none of these, man. Can't go wrong with none. Mine is Mike Tyson. You know, because that's what I saw with my own eyes, and I saw it from the beginning, like our fathers saw Ali at the beginning. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Saw Muhammad Ali, or should I say Cassius Clay? So that's why that is their greatest, and as he should be. He would probably be mine if I didn't see Mike Tyson with my own eyes first. You know, and he was a fighter. He wasn't a boxer. That's what's dope about that. You know, he's a fighter. So I said all my stuff, Mike Tyson, Mike Jordan, Michael Jackson, like dude, Michael Phelps, something about that Michael name, and it's the whole they code.
I like the way you said that, Poe, your brother, and then you went into it. I second you in that one. I'm gonna go with Tyson. That was the fighter I always watched him. I can remember watching some of his older fights. So for me, it was Tyson, Ali. Even thought about Riddick Bowe, George Foreman in that as well. Great class of fighters.
Yeah, mine was Evander Holyfield. I'm a huge Evander Holyfield fan, even though he went out like a sucker here lately. Well, towards the end of his career. But man, them years he had from cruiserweight to heavyweight, man, Evander Holyfield was the dude.
He was bad. And let me just add this before we get out of here, y'all. The government robbed Ali of his prime. Don't forget that.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't even see his prime.
Yeah.
Man, some fights would have been had in that time.
Robin, what was her name? Robin Williams. Robin what? She robbed Mike of his.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to think back in them Sugar Ray Leonard and them fight. You fought the hard dudes. You know what I mean?
Duran.
Yeah, Hagler, Hearns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Floyd was dodging all these guys, bro. I'm talking. He was dodging a lot of guys till they got old.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
Like-
another conversation we're gonna have.
Sugar Ray, Sugar Ray was that guy though. Sugar Ray was that guy. Everybody loves Sugar Ray, man. If you
Man, them hands.
if you like boxing, you like Sugar Ray.
Yeah,
Them-
Sugar.
them hands.
You either liked him or you loved him, man.
Yeah,
Bro, them combos was crazy fast.
yeah.
It was
Man.
beautiful.
You look like a speeding bag coming up against him. And then just a quick thought on Bud Crawford. I watched a lot of his fights over the years, but the thing I like and love about Crawford, he does jujitsu training. I think that separates him from a lot of boxers. When you're able to train in jujitsu, that just gives you a different discipline. And for him to stay disciplined in what he does in that ring, I think last night you seen shades.
I like Marvin.
When he did what he did to Charlo, he was doing the same thing last night to Canelo. So I think he was winning a fight early, but he started to make his way and do what he wanted in that second to third round. And he's special, man. Definitely a special fighter. One of my greatest, if not the greatest in this era for me personally. Bud is the man. I don't care what nobody say. You could argue all day. It'll definitely be an argument. But I'm a big Bud Crawford fan this way.
He said, do you guys prefer Marvelous Marvin or Tommy Hearns?
Ooh.
I like
Marvin
Marvelous
all
Marvin.
day.
I like
Marvin
Marvin.
all day.
Shoo.
Marvelous all day.
Yeah, I like Marvelous, man.
Yeah,
He's
that's
underrated, man. Sweet Pea was underrated.
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
absolutely.
Man,
Yeah.
for sure.
Sweet Pea
Absolutely.
was underrated, man. I love
And
Sweet
he really beat De La Hoya.
He
If he
did.
keeping it a buck.
He beat what's the name too? Julio Cesar Chavez too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he beat them both, and they played him.
Yeah.
for sure.
Some great fights in the times, man. And
Man, they had some back there boxing, and it was like all the divisions. You know what I mean? All the divisions was just popping off.
There was.
You know, he sure enough wasn't moving up no 3 divisions or 2 divisions and going up there and acting like you was gonna go do something. You go up a couple divisions, get your face knocked off.
Yeah.
yeah,
He said,
Definitely.
yeah. He said the Klitschko brothers, yeah, they was hard headed.
bad boys, man.
Yeah, they was bad too.
Yeah,
They came
was
in like some big robots or something. Like
Yeah.
they wasn't even real. They was huge.
Yeah, they was
Yeah.
hard headed. They was.
They came in an era where they could get their funky off. If they would have came about
Yeah.
10 years earlier, though,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
the Lennox Lewises and the
Yeah.
Donovan Razor Ruddocks and all them dudes would have probably punished them.
Yeah,
Rose and all that. Oh man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, Donnell said Roy was special too. Roy was
Oh,
special.
for
Yeah,
for sure.
Special,
Roy
man.
was
Oh,
special.
boy. And I still rock with Mayweather. You know what I mean? Mayweather is probably one of the greatest boxers ever. And because of what? Because he boxed. A lot of people don't like it. Because of what? Because he can defend himself and make sure that he don't hit that campus and he come out victorious, and he earned a whole lot of money behind it. And a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah, but he you know
Did it
what?
his way.
He
And
was
that's
smart.
what even
He
more
was smart.
beautiful about it.
His counter moves was smart. He dictated a lot of stuff for himself.
Yeah.
He even made the highest purse and wasn't a champion. You know what I mean? He wasn't even
Yeah.
a champion, made the highest purse.
He
You
was
know
the
what I
A
mean?
side.
Like, he dictated a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But you know what I like most about Floyd is when I think about discipline in a sport, I think of Floyd Mayweather. Nobody was more disciplined than Floyd Mayweather, and that's why he's living the life he's living right now.
Yeah. You never seen him unprepared
Yeah.
in the ring. Never ever seen him unprepared where you had to think, wow, did he really train that hard for this match? You know what I mean? Every time he stepped in that ring, he was prepared and ready to go.
But that thing go past 5 rounds, Floyd tattooing them. They scared to punch after the 5th round.
Yeah.
Because Floyd was so fast. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And y'all remember
Listening coming.
y'all especially for the younger viewers, Before it was Mayweather, it was Pretty Boy Mayweather.
Yeah, pretty
That
boy.
was that dude.
Yeah.
Pretty boy.
But the dude used to eat so much McDonald's, it was crazy. I was like, man, I'm like, come on, man. After you train, you gonna get 2 Big Macs and stuff like that. But that's how his body. He said he was losing like 15 pounds sparring session, so he had to get his weight back up. I'm like, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now, go do your history. Columbus, Ohio was probably the most underrated boxing city in the world, bro. You go do your history. Columbus, Ohio has produced some of the greatest boxers you've ever seen, man. You might not get a whole lot of champions, but in terms of guys who are really, really good boxers, Columbus, Ohio produced a lot of really, really good boxers, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad we was able to have that fight last night. Definitely still trying to come to you with that boxing show. We be in the chat about it. We can hopefully get that going soon. Just a lot that we be having going. Our work weeks is busy, but I see the comments flooded when we started talking about the boxing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely meant for us to get this going and get this cracking in a different way. And hopefully we could bring that interview, that show, have some more boxing talk set up for you as well as the year continue, along with our football, basketball, you name it, WNBA playoffs tipping off tonight. So it's a lot going on this weekend in the sports world.
Hey, that boxing, that just remind me of one of the hottest bars that I wrote, but it just came out. I said a brother from Columbus sent Mike Tyson to the floor, and he ain't been the same since he left Tokyo, little bro. Now that's the O. That was from my old track. Like that was one of the hottest bars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bars.
Hey, bars. Hey. But yeah, shout out to Buster Douglas. Like you say, Columbus, know your history.
Your history, man. And
that's how you have a brother like Poe saying his number one boxer was his brother. Why? Because he saw him as his brother. I mean, big brother. He saw him as a young big brother work on his craft and become a great boxer out here from right out the WT.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to your bro, man. He something special.
Yeah. Shout out to Peanut, man. Salute.
They don't know, they better go do their history, like you said, man, on this city of Columbus, the state of Ohio. Boxing is something that has always been going. We got some young talent right here from in our local hood. Probably one of the greatest fighters in he like the Floyd Mayweather of the U.S. coming straight out of our hood, now up and coming. Just shout out to the young Linnell Walton, man. Definitely a gem in the city. If you don't know, you might want to tune in. He's a great fighter. So we definitely going to be trying to bring some of that stuff to you guys as well. Anything else for us this morning?
Man, I'm going to tell y'all a good Peanut story, man. I can't remember the boxer's name, though, but I think his last name was Ben. He was a world champion. He came to the center. He said, man, I heard that there's a guy down here that can give me some good work, some good sparring work. I want to get in the ring with him. They went in the center, bro. And man, listen, when he got done sparring Peanut, he said, dude, you gave me the best work I ever had, ever.
Yeah.
Right inside Douglas Rec Center, bro. They was banging. I was like, dude, I knew Peanut was good, but I hadn't seen him fight enough to know how good he was. Until I watched that sparring session, I was like, oh shit, he can go.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know we can't leave out the legend, man. Shout out to Jerry Page, man, the Olympian. You know what I mean? Our recreation leader. You know what I mean? Our boxing coach for those of us who tried boxing for, a week or two. Hey, but shout out to Jerry, man. Shout out to Jerry Page, our Olympian, man.
Yeah, we had Henry Kenty,
history, man.
Henry Kenty, Forrest Winchester. We had some boxers, man.
Yeah.
Von Zell, Andre Craig.
Hey, that have reached every level that you could possibly reach up from boxing. From golden gloves to Olympic gold medals to world champions.
Yeah.
Hey, Andre Craig, our boy Andre Craig.
I mean, you
Right.
had both.
Do
You had
we-
both Snow
do we
Jones.
put
You had
Young
Michael
G?
Bradley.
Michael
Yeah,
Clark.
Yeah.
All
Mikey
them dudes
Bradley,
had a chance
solid goal, Mikey Bradley. Yeah.
Yeah, all
Man.
them dudes had a chance to fight for a title, man. If they would have
Yeah.
just stayed on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was good. You know, seeing the homies on ESPN.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I went to Vegas one time and I ain't even know. And Mike Clark was fighting in Vegas, and I ran into him in Vegas. I'm like, man, that's dope, my G. Way to do your thing. You know what I mean? We kicked it that night. That was dope, man. Yeah, but the Columbus boxing is
Yeah.
legendary. And then when you just say Ohio too as a whole, Ohio boxing is we got some legends out here, man.
Yep. Tony Snow. Listen, man, boxing probably the most political sport in the world, bro. If
That's
you
a
don't know
fact.
nobody, you can't get in. You could be so great, but if you don't know nobody, you can't get that title fight.
Yeah.
You can't get that title fight. It's all about who you know and who managed you. You know what I mean? I seen the dude on what's the name? It was like 5-0. The fought last night and couldn't punch. He won the first fight. He couldn't punch, but he won.
Couldn't punch
You
at
know
all,
what I mean?
but he
It's
won,
about who he know, man.
yeah. Frazier definitely gets overshadowed by Ali and George Foreman for sure. Anthony, and he had another question about the Canelo thing.
Holmes.
Yeah. Question for you guys as Crawford fans. Are you like most of his fans saying Canelo was exposed and Canelo's overrated? Is he a Hall of Famer?
Definitely Canelo's not overrated at all.
Nah, I don't think
Nah.
he's upgraded. Nah,
I just think Crawford's just that good of a fighter. He, man, like I said, he got great defense. He, you know, his defense kept Canelo from doing what he wanted to do. And once he was able to land that jab and he took a punch, when he took them first few punches from Canelo, I was like, man, this is the Bud I've been waiting to see. If he could take a punch, but then counter. And he countered with that quick left a couple times. And once he started to counter and play that defense, Bud Crawford is something special. Like, you cannot knock a horse when he's stout, when he's doing what he's doing, when he's ready to eat, when he's ready to ride. And I think Bud is one of those guys, one of those boxers that's like a horse. When he's stout and he's ready to ride, there's nothing you could do at all.
Yeah, I agree. I thought more so than Crawford's defense. I thought that Canelo was taken aback by the power Bud showed last night. I don't think Canelo expected Bud to have that much power because you can see like I never seen Canelo get hit like that, and it kind of he just looked like, what else can I do? You know what I mean? And that was the big surprise for me. But no, I don't think Canelo is overrated. I think he's past his prime, and I definitely think he's a Hall of Famer for sure. There's nothing to hedge. If you're a Canelo fan, there's nothing to hold your head down for. Those were two all-time great fighters last night. So
just lost to a great fighter, man. Like, I mean, Canelo be outside. I don't care who it is. He want the smoke. Don't care who it is. That's why I love Canelo. We need another fighter in this generation coming or the next like Canelo. He's not scared. He want to be outside. He want to take on the best of the best, you know. So we got to give him his respect. Great fighter, man. But I don't know if he's even going to retire. I think he's going to fight again. That's just the type of person Canelo is, man. And shout out to him, his team, everybody for, you know, having him in this fight and him still faring to get through this fight even at the end with the loss.
He said, could Crawford reach or break Floyd's record 50? I don't think Crawford got that many more fights in, you know.
He's been moving up in his weight classes for the last few fights, and this was a big move.
He don't got he's 42-0 right now, right?
Yeah, 42, 31
so
KOs.
He don't got no 8 more fights in him. I don't think he got 8 more in him.
Because the only thing out of them 8, it'll be
if he got a few tune-ups before, you know, a few more championship
I think
Yeah.
Right now, dude, when you become a champion, you don't do tune-ups no more.
yeah, ain't no
You know what I
tune-up.
mean? You just go straight to a champion. You know, boxers always got a puncher's chance. You got this no-name dude knock you out. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
If
You don't
I'm
risk that.
Crawford, I'm retiring. There's nothing else to prove.
Yeah.
This man is undisputed in 3 weight classes and just took all Canelo's belts. I'm done. There's nothing
Yeah,
else.
we got to see how big that bag was, though.
He got about close to. I was looking at the purse last night. It was about anywhere from 100 million. He could have got over 200 million for that purse.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big money fight.
Yeah,
Big
that's what I'm
money
saying. How big
fight.
that bag is for him to retire. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, this is lifestyle.
Yeah,
Well-
I think he could retire right now and still be with the 42. Bud Crawford still holds weight with 42-0 because of what he went up against and the way he challenged and took him on. And like you said, he took his belts. That's not the first time he took somebody's belts, and he
Nope.
put the work in. So, Bud, man, I like Bud up here. I know people have Floyd here. I might have Bud up a little. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I like Bud, man. Big Bud fan.
How many more fights you think he got left in him, Poe?
2 at the most.
Yep.
At the most.
I don't think it's nobody else to fight.
I know, but I'm saying if somebody want to fight, because you know what's the name got
If he wanted to
one
get
of the Charlo brothers don't like Bud.
They gonna want to fight him.
Man,
they
he
just
would-
don't want to fight him.
But
He
I don't,
would-
I
he
don't
would
think that's
mock-
gonna bring. They ain't gonna bring that Canelo money.
They ain't gonna be no
Right,
money.
right. That's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah,
like at this point in his career, for you to get a fight with Bud, it has to be that type of fight. What we saw last night,
yeah,
as far as finances,
yeah.
and I just don't see anybody out there that's gonna bring that kind of star power to match with Bud to get that kind of bag.
Look, you know what? If the David Benavidez dude, him, but he don't bring that star power. He's not that star power, but he a champion too. So
Now you know what, Poe?
He can't drop all the way down to Tank, Donnell. They got to meet and catch weight, and I don't think Tank want to go up because Tank 130. Ain't no
They
way
don't want
Bud
to go
drop
up and
all
deal
the way
with
down.
Bud Crawford like that.
Yeah,
That'd be a
No,
whole
that would be stupid for Tank.
yeah.
get crap. I ain't even no disrespect, but Bud Crawford dropping weight, he gonna be faster and more powerful. If nobody watched the power that he was swinging with last night, Bud Crawford drop weight, he gonna get stronger and quicker.
Are you saying at 54? Or are you saying he can't go no lower than 54, bro?
Nah, 54 the lowest I would want him to go. If he go lower, he'd be in trouble. But I just don't see him. I don't see him doing that type of thing, dropping no lower. He looked very good, even with his quickness and the weight he had on last night. And when you can trade blow for blow with Canelo, the type of way Canelo fights, you got to get your respect. And I'm giving him flowers, respect, the whole nine.
Right.
Bud did what Bud do, man.
Right now, the boxing world is staying far away from Bud. If you're up and coming dude, you stand away from Bud right now.
Don't want that smoke because Bud is another one, man. He really be outside if he need to be, and we seeing it by his 42-0 record.
Do y'all think
That's
he's
his challenge.
or are you gonna stay at 68?
It depends on where the money at. Right now, I'm talking about he ain't fighting for respect no more. He already got that. You know what I mean? It's about to secure the bag now. If he fights, he don't need to fight no more.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We coming right up at 150, man. We cannot go 2 hours.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can't process this stream, man. So we're going to have to get up off of here, y'all. We appreciate everybody for coming in, tuning in with us for another edition of Talking Sports Sunday. We'll be back again on Tuesday at 7:45. Hopefully you can make it. Then again on Thursday and Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and Sunday at 9 a.m. So that's our schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, 7:45, Saturday, 8, Sunday, 9, and then sometimes we're gonna throw some. Oh no, I can't forget the Parlay Poll and FanDuel Zaya on Wednesday at 7. Is it 7 parlay Poe?
7 o'clock. Yeah.
At 7 o'clock. What's the name of it again?
Poe with the bread, Zay with the spread.
Yeah, y'all want to tune into that.
Definitely tune in.
Hey, shout out to Oregon for messing up my parlay yesterday, man.
Messing up everybody's money.
Man, shout out to Oregon, man.
Yeah, they had everybody
my
going
God.
crazy.
Had the whole betting section mad.
Man, yeah, we gotta get out of here, y'all.
All right, y'all, man. Hey, peace. Y'all know what it is. We're in the building. We out. Love y'all, man.
Love you.
Man, they're late too.
All right, y'all be safe, man.